Now let's talk about compensation and benefits. Ano bang pinagkaiba noon at ngayon?
BPO Breakroom Podcast presents
Sa swelduhan, sa bigayan
Mm.
before.
Oo.
Bigayan, mas malaking bigayan ngayon.
Hot.
Okay?
Oo.
Meaning to say, yung mga requirements before na magaling mag-English, know how to use computer, those programs or those businesses in the industry, they still exist and they're still looking for this type of people,
The
no?
BPO
Nag-spend ka ng
Breakroom
AI-powered
Podcast presents
chatbots, mag-spend,
Hot.
hindi ba? Nag-spend ka for retention team, niloloko mo ng sarili mo. Right? The BPO Breakroom Podcast, your weekly dose of everything BPO. Welcome back to another episode. Hello, Kay.
Hello, Jay, and hello, everyone. To those that are watching and listening to us right now, if you haven't yet subscribed on our channel, send us some love and give us a like. Aside from Spotify and YouTube, we are now on Amazon Music and Apple Podcasts. Just look at us up at the PPO Breakroom Podcast.
The hot topic today is from Wikipedia.com. According to them, the BPO sector in the Philippines began to take shape in the late 1990s. In the 1997, Sykes became the first multinational call center to operate in the country. This period marked the start of the industry's expansion, with companies recognizing the potential of outsourcing various business processes to the Philippines. Now, for future outlook, according to Dynamic Business Outsourcing Solutions, they said the business process outsourcing or the BPO industry in the Philippines is projected to continue its robust growth trajectory in 2025. According to the IT and Business Process Association of the Philippines, or IBPAP, the sector aims to achieve $40 billion in revenue by 2025. It's actually an up from $37.8 billion in 2024. Pero Kay, why is this topic hot and timely nga ba?
Well, there's two reasons, no? Number one is for appreciation. Well, to understand the progress, discussing, the BPO then and now highlights how the industry shaped the Philippine economy and workforce. Hindi lang sa pagbibigay nito ng mas magandang benepisyo sa mga tao, but it's also gonna help us appreciate its journey and evolution. Especially nowadays, ang daming nagta-transition to BPO, di ba? And second is for planning ahead. To secure opportunities, understanding the BPO industry's trajectory helps workers and aspirants prepare for future demands, like upskilling for AI, like what we talked about on our previous episode, right? And tech driven roles. And it ensures they remain competitive and continue to benefit from stable jobs and career growth. Kasi madalas ang stereotype talaga pag BPO agent. Di
True,
ba?
true. Agree. And there's actually a booming industry right now, which is similar to BPO, but it's called KPO. And we're going to be talking about that later on. Ano?
Mhm.
Since you mentioned that, yung topic natin today is for appreciation and for planning ahead, most especially for people who are already in the BPO world, our hot topic for today is BPO then versus BPO now.
The BPO Podcast.
Ayan, napakagandang topic, ano?
Correct. Since lagi mo namang pino-point out sa akin, Kay, na matagal na ako sa industriyang ito, no? Let me give you and our viewers as well some insights of the BPO. BPO then, we had simpler processes pa. Like, I remember in the early days of the BPO, during my time, kasi I entered the BPO industry 2003. Okay. The processes back then were just really straightforward, like handling basic customer service calls lang and performing basic data entry tasks. For instance, before yung mga call center agents like me, 2003, that was 2003, no, primarily we just answer calls lang from customers and they who are inquiring about their account balance, to resolve their billing issue and to resolve some technical issue. For example, they're calling us in because they are unable to use their phone. right? Or they're unable to watch TV. Yung mga ganong klaseng simple task lang before. Okay? And then another insight then about the BPO before was we had less competition. When I say less competition, competition against different BPO companies in the Philippines. Sobrang konti pa lang ng mga BPO companies dati sa Pilipinas. And number two is competition in the global market. Meaning to say, before kasi ano yan I think Philippines is one of the most uh, in demand BPO hub in Asia. Okay, we were only
Mm.
competing against I think India back then, but now sobrang dami na rin. Right? So yun yung mga simple insights that we had in the BPO during my time pa. Ganon. Sobrang luma.
Ay, oo nga, Jay. Diyos ko ha. But can you remind us nga, Jay, ano-ano nga ba ang mga naunang companies in the BPO industry back in your day?
Back in my day, hindi ko man 'to naabutan ano, pero, the first ever, company was Sykes Asia. Sykes pa nun, eh, but
Oh.
Sykes was already acquired by Cytel na. And now, they are now known as Foundever. Sykes was built in 1997, one of the first major multinational call centers to establish operations in the Philippines, helping lay the foundation talaga for the country's rise as a global BPO hub. Right now, please take this with a grain of salt, ha? Sykes or Foundever, rather, already has 40,000 employees. The proliferation of BPO companies in the early 2000s opened unprecedented job opportunities for Filipinos. So, Sykes, thank you po sa inyo. And then
Correct.
after Sykes, we also have, of course, the company is very close to my heart, Convergys naman. Convergys
Mm.
was established in 1998, and then 1998 to 2017, because 2017 Convergys was acquired by Concentrix. Convergys it was a global leader in customer management. Convergys helped position the Philippines as a go-to location for outsourced call centers. And right now, Concentrix, together with Convergys, they already have 60,000 employees.
Oh.
I spent 10 or 11 years with Convergys. 10 to 11 years. Actually, 11 years with
Oh.
Convergys. Kasi on my 10th year, I resigned. I took my retirement pay. Kasi back then, Convergys had a retirement benefit. So when you are able to uh, to work for them, if you are able to gain tenure, 5, 10, and 15 years, you get, and then when you resign, you can take advantage of their retirement benefit wherein you can get a like some huge sum of money, no? And I took advantage of that. And then when after resigning, pinabalik ako ng boss ko, and I stayed there for 1 year, and then ay ayoko na po. Okay na ako sa Convergys. So I said goodbye to Convergys the second time around. So all in all, 11 years. Yun. After Convergys, we also had eTelecare. eTelecare, I'm not sure if most of our viewers right now still remember eTelecare. Siguro makakaalala lang ng eTelecare is yung mga OG sa industry. But eTelecare was also acquired by Cytel. Yon, in 2007
Ah,
yon. Pero
okay.
eTelecare was also the greatest competition of Convergys back then. In fact, I remember yung mga Convergys, yung mga bosses ko sa Convergys, no, our SOMs, our VPs, AVPs, directors, all of them, no, majority of them came from eTelecare because eTelecare was really really good company in terms of developing their leaders. So ayun. So may lumipat yung mga ETL sa amin to Convergys, and then they became our bosses then. Yon, eTelecare. And then we also have Teleperformance. Teleperformance, I remember, was it was Teleperformance ever since the world began. So I am hats off okay Teleperformance because they're able to sustain and maintain their brand, and they didn't allow anyone to acquire them. Like Teleperformance was another player in the Philippine BPO sector. They actually expanded its operation rapidly and became one of the biggest names in the industry up to this very day. And they already have
Mhm.
40,000 employees. Ganon. And then, pa ba, Teleperformance, another, I think Accenture. Yeah, Accenture.
Ayan.
Yeah, Accenture is actually Accenture, they just originally focused on IT consulting lang before. They didn't
Oh.
have parang yung usual BPO accounts like yung customer service, whatever, right? They're really more focused on IT industry lang. And that, but even though they're just focused on IT consulting, they really significantly contributed to outsourcing back office operations and IT services in the Philippines. And actually, Accenture is one of the top BPO companies up to this very day, ha? And they already have 70,000
Mm.
employees. Diba? Have you heard of Accenture?
Oo, 'pag ano nga daw,
Really?
bongga nga daw diyan, eh.
Oo,
Well, yun
bongga.
lang naman
Medyo,
naririnig ko ha, bongga diyan, tapos yung sa pasahod. Kaya lang siyempre mataas yung standards nga daw. Well, it
correct.
makes sense kasi IT consulting sila to begin with, right?
Correct. Mataas nga ang pasahod diyan at medyo ano siya, parang if ang ano ngayon, parang ang image or reputation ngayon if nakapasok ka sa Accenture or if you are an Accenture employee, ay wow, gano'n yung ano,
Oh,
gano'n yung initial, reaction ng mga tao, hindi
naka-red
ba? My
carpet.
sister correct. My sister used to work for Accenture before. I remember,
Oh,
driving her to their office in Shore, along EDSA, tama, in Boni, and then
oo.
dropping her off there. Parang, the reason why I wanted to drop her off there is because I wanted to know ano bang meron sa Accenture, bakit gano'n? Wala naman, normal
Oo,
lang naman, nagyoyosi sila sa baba, gano'n.
nagkakape-kape
Yeah,
din.
yeah, but yeah, Accenture is also one of the pioneers in the BPO industry, and of course, actually, I got surprised when I was also doing research on this. Alorica pala was one of them.
Oh, really?
Oo,
Interesting.
Alorica. Correct. Kasi to be honest, Alorica, I only knew about Alorica siguro mga during, I think
Anong
pandemic
panahon
na
'yan?
ata yun, eh. Pandemic na ata, pandemic na. Ito recently
Talaga?
lang. Yeah, but they've been here pala since 2004. Yun, and then they grew to
Hmm.
become one of the largest BPO companies in the Philippines, and right now they already have 50,000 employees. So those are the companies that really pioneered and paved the way for all other BPO companies that we have for today.
Very interesting 'no, tsaka imagine, yung numbers ng employees na meron sila ngayon, napakarami
Mm,
nun, Ibig
dami
sabihin
yan.
apart from this, companies helping our economy grow, ang
Mm,
dami din talaga natulungang tao, 'di ba?
mm,
And
true.
napakalawak ng spectrum nila kasi they're very, accepting talaga regardless kung ano man yung background mo, 'di ba? Ang
Correct.
napakaganda. Kaya himay-himayin naman natin ang mga pagbabago na naganap within the BPO workspace for the past 20 years, starting with the job opportunities and demand. Because then, 'di ba, we only have fewer companies but high demand for basic
Mm,
customer service and telemarketing roles. So entry-level positions were widely available, but now broader range of roles including IT support, data analytics, AI, and specialized services. Kaya lang competition and skill requirements talaga yung tumataas. 'Di ba,
true.
Jay?
I agree with that. Before, like what I said kanina, no, sobrang, although before it was already a difficult, it was already a very difficult or challenging skills to have na, no.
Mm,
Um, ang demand kasi before is just really customer service and then English proficiency, and I think yun lang talaga ang
oo.
demand before, and the opportunities are just really more on customer service, technical support, and those are the only things that are only being offered as an opportunity for the BPO workers in the Philippines. Ngayon, sobrang ang lawak na ng spectrum ng mga opportunities and demand. Customer service, technical support, ano na yan, sisiw na yan. Now we already have social media marketing management, SMMM. What do you call that? SMM.
Oo.
Social
May ano na
media,
din,
mm,
anong tawag dun? Alam mo yung sa movie
social
ni Nadine,
media
yung Deleter?
SMM. Ano yun? Do you call that? Content moderators, right? We
Yun.
also Yeah, in sales, napakadaming sales. Lead generation, closers,
Hmm.
appointment setters, right? And ano pa ba? Meron pang ano eh, meron pang mga sa ano naman, meron pang mga job opportunities or demand right now wherein sa healthcare, most especially, no, yung mga billers and coders. And we are now hiring professionals or yung mga healthcare workers like registered nurses. So, sobrang dami na ng mga opportunities ngayon, right? And it's really amazing how the BPO opportunities and its demand grew to what we have now. Ang galing lang.
Totoo naman, 'di ba? And isa naman tayo sa mga living proof
True.
na talagang ang ganda ng naitulong talaga ng BPO, hindi lang sa atin
Mm,
kundi para sa bansa na din natin, 'di ba? And
correct.
yun nga, nabanggit mo sa skill requirements, 'no? Pero now, we have this so-called metamorphosis, right? The type of industry's metamorphosis from call centers to high-value knowledge, process outsourcing. Ito na ata yung tinutukoy mo kanina, Jay. So we'd love to hear more about this from you. What can you
Yung
say about the
mm,
KPO? Maybe
mm.
start with, because of course, meron tayo dito mga entry level na or aspirants BPO employees. So let's hear it.
Sa mga aspirants, wag niyo na ituloy dahil charot. Mahirap naman. Seriously, yung yeah, I just wanted to what you said ano, yung KPO, it stands for knowledge process outsourcing. So ang
Mm.
KPO, it refers to the outsourcing of the high level specialized business processes that require advanced expertise, knowledge and analytical skills. So example niyan is yung for example is yung ano ba, engineering. Okay? Right
Ah,
now, yeah, companies in the US who are in the engineering and engineering services, they outsource this type of specialization in the Philippines na. They are looking for specific engineers and designers who can do engineering and design services for them. That's what we
ay
call KPO.
talaga?
Mhm. Yes. I also know this specifically wherein they are hiring, yeah, paralegal. Yes, there's a law
Hmm.
firm in the US who are hiring paralegal services here in the Philippines. Yung sample
But
lang
do
din
they
yun.
really actually have to have like a, solid background?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. One of the requirement is really again they have this expertise that are backed up with of course certifications, graduation or diplomas, and of course years of experience doing that specific skill set na nire-require nila ngayon na
that's
nandiyan.
interesting, kasi 'di ba 'pag
Mhm.
healthcare account puwede naman yung matutunan, 'di ba?
True, correct. Pero that's what we call business process outsourcing. So sa business process outsourcing, only a portion of their business are menial in nature. When I say menial, ito yung mga repetitive and can be taught during training, like picking up the
Hmm.
phone and answering the customer's questions, right? Or like picking up the phone and calling customers to sell a product. Those can be done or those can be learned over a week or 2 weeks of training, right? That's BPO, right? When we're talking about skill requirements, right? Because before, ang skill requirements lang naman sa ganyang klaseng mga accounts ay English proficiency, right?
Mm.
Good communication skills and basic computer literacy. All right. With the metamorphosis that you were saying kanina, Kay, with the KPO or with the now, is very specific na yung skill set na hinahanap nila, hindi lang on communication but yung specific skills on the job talaga. Hindi ano, please don't get me wrong, this is not limitation. Okay?
Oo.
Meaning to say, yung mga requirements before na magaling mag-English, know how to use computer, those programs or those businesses in the industry, they still exist and they're still looking for this type of people, no, with this requirement, with this skill set. Now, there's a new skill set requirements now for in the BPO industry, wherein they are now looking for engineers, for architects, for nurses, right? Yung mga ganun, for paralegals and for, I mean, pa ako nakita before na ano ayun yun, accountants. There.
Ah, they
Yes,
outsource those
accountants.
too?
Yes.
Talaga?
Yes and yes. Oh, so I know because that's there was a company that I know the program that they had back then is focused on accounting services. There, they are only
I
requiring
see.
accountants, and they're paying a lot, right? Parang they need accountants, they also need CPAs, right? Ganon.
Okay. But what about the rising VA jobs lately, 'no? Kasi 'di ba ever since nung pandemic
Mm-mm,
talagang dumami yung mga VA jobs for
mm-mm,
BPO workers, 'di ba? And part of it is yung mga healthcare account na nagre-require na ng like let's say nursing background or mga
mm-mm.
gano'n. Does that considered as a KPO already?
With nursing background, hold on. Hmm. I don't know. I don't think it's considered as a KPO if nursing background lang ha.
Mm.
Ang KPO kasi they are really requiring someone who is who works in the industry and who is qualified to work in that industry. With nursing background lang kasi you're parang nakapag-intern ka lang but you really didn't have the requirements like you didn't pass the board, or you probably didn't graduate or whatnot. So sa KPO kasi ang requirement diyan is that you had an education, you completed your education,
I
and
see.
you had the experience.
Correct. So BPO pa rin siya even if let's say you are a board passer and then
Mm.
you work to a company that doesn't require that naman.
Yes, BPO pa rin yan. Basta yung company ay in-outsource yung kanilang buong operation or a portion of that operation to another company. Outsourcing ang tawag doon. Mm.
Okay. Got you
Yung,
there.
for example, siguro we can bring it closer to home, ano? Siguro,
Hmm.
halimbawa ako, I manufacture school supplies, for example. I
Hmm.
manufacture school supplies, right? And then at the same time, I'm also selling it, right? Kaya lang, I need people who need to market my product. I will hire a marketing agency who can market my product. That's called outsourcing.
And
Mm.
thank you for sharing that, no? Kasi, syempre, apart from the experts here who are already listening to us, marami din tayong mga aspirants and at least it would broaden their mind and idea na ano nga ba ang BPO? At meron pa palang KPO, 'di ba?
Mm. At may
So,
RPO pa ha.
oy, ano naman, ano yan?
Ang RPO naman is Recruitment Process Outsourcing.
Okay.
Yes. So minsan
So,
yung mga
malamang sa malaking
companies,
business.
yung ibig sabihin, yung mga companies in the US or probably all over the world, these companies they're hiring, but they don't have recruitment. Probably they do, but they don't have their
Oo.
recruitment, internal recruitment. But they're hiring people and they want people to uh, to fill the roles that they have that they need, right? So they will hire an RPO or they will hire a recruitment agency, right, to look for that candidates for them. Ayun.
Okay. Grabe 'no, ang dami na pala diyan na outsourcing na
Mm, mm.
ano ba 'to, matatawag nating company or organization?
Yeah, yeah. There's still companies, no, and if their specialization is recruiting people, job not job hunters, what do you call that? Headhunters rather, yon, and they are headhunting for a different company. Yeah, they are in that
I
industry.
see.
Mhm.
What about the work environment? Kasi before on-site, 'di ba? And then office-based setups talagang karamihan, hindi lang karamihan as in lahat talaga, but with fixed workstations and rigid schedules. But what about
Mm.
now?
Wala ng silo kasi nga lahat nasa bahay na.
Uwian na.
Pero totoo yan, yung before, the workstations, the work seating arrangement should be aligned to the schedule. Eh, ang schedule namin before, may mga 24/7 kasing operations before eh. Right? And meron din naman mga 12-hour or 16-hour operations. So, ang workstation should go along that. So, ang what we, the seating arrangement before na fina-follow namin is snake seating. Ang snake seating arrangement is pagpasok mo sa office, yung unang
Hmm,
bakanteng station, yun ang upuan mo. Yung
okey.
susunod na empleyadong pumasok, ang next vacant station, yun ang upuan niya. They need to fill up the remaining vacant stations.
Bawal
Ah, eh,
mamili.
yes. In accordance to their arrival. And or, of course, their schedule. Ano? Kasi, for example, 9
Oo,
o'clock ako, 10 o'clock ka, mauna ako doon dapat, hindi ba? Kasi 9 o'clock ang
oo.
pasok ko, di ba? So, I will occupy the first vacant seat. Ikaw, you will occupy the second vacant seat because, again, you're 10 o'clock. Nagas mo. Ganon. Snake
Okey.
seating.
Kasi lately 'di ba may mga rambulan sa floor?
Yun na nga. Nagkakaroon ng rambulan sa
Militarization.
true, true, true. Nagkakaroon ng rambulan kasi yung mga agent, although kunyari snake seating ano, they would like to own that station forever. Kasi sabi ng agent, "Eh, bakit? Everyday naman ako 9 o'clock, so dapat dito ako everyday."
Oh,
Gano'n. 'Di ba? At saka dito swerte ako dito, eh. Dito ako nakakakuha ng maraming ano, magandang survey, na walang irate customer sa station na 'to. Yung mga gano'ng klaseng mga
may
paniniwala.
sumpa.
Yun, may sumpa, "Ayoko diyan sa station na may sumpa diyan, eh." Gano'n, alright. Eh, pero pagdating mo, yun ang vacant. So, dapat you need to sit there. Eh, ayaw niya kasi may sumpa nga daw doon. May sumpa daw doon. So, ayoko na diyan. So, they would end up in, having a huge fiasco around one single station.
Oh, di sana
Gano'n.
pinangalanan na nila.
Correct. And then another seating din before if kaya ng ano, if kaya ng seating capacity ng floor is ina-assignan yung mga team ng mga stations. Team Kayla, dito ka sa bay na 'to, alright? Team Yela, dito ka sa bay na 'to, yung mga gano'n. So, yun medyo ibig sabihin nun is isa lang ang hoop or hours of operation ng floor na yun. That they siguro na dalawa
Ah,
but parang ano, palitan lang yung ano, yung shifting ng schedule. So, they can really do as a perfect swap ng mga stations
oo.
and they are assigning bay, per teams, gano'n. Mm.
May point
Another
nga.
work environment siguro differences, parang more fun for me, before,
Ay talaga?
It was more fun versus the now. Mm.
Pero teka
Hindi
lang, na-curious ako. Wait,
oo,
wait, wait. This is very intriguing for me. Bakit?
mm. More fun siya kasi ano, parang everybody parang was really in to work, was really in to make the program better. Parang tinodo na namin talaga before. Pumasok
Hmm.
kami and totodo namin yung ano, yung trabaho namin. And then 'pag may mga activities, talagang everybody is there and we would really participate, we would engage, right? Parang everyone's really all in before, gano'n. But right now, parang almost everybody is half-hearted na lang.
Oh, when you say
Mm.
heart-heart
Half-hearted ba?
half-hearted.
Har
Har-har.
har-hearted,
When you say half-hearted, teka lang. Oh, but I'm getting the gist of what you might be thinking
mm.
talaga. I think it has
Adi
something to do with the changes generation per
mm,
generation, no?
yeah, oo. With the
Hmm.
generational gap yung mga Gen Zs are really like that. They're already in their that's already in their DNA to really be in an environment or in a position wherein they're just in that job in they're just in there for the job and not for anything else. Ano. And don't get us wrong, guys. This is not just about attending
Correct.
to parties, but this is more on really engaging in the company's drive and really committing to make sure that the company and even the employers, our employers who hired us in the very first place that we wanted to work for, are really engaged and connected to them, no? Pero
Mm.
no, this is really not there. I remember before, no, Monday to Thursday talaga kami, talagang business attire,
Ay,
business
talaga?
casual attire. Yes, talagang slacks kami yan, slacks, long sleeves kami dahil. O,
Ang
ako,
init ha?
I still have my pictures na super bata ko pa. As in, I'll share the picture. I will flash the picture on the screen right now. Pak! Kita nyo?
I bet
Oh,
ko yan.
oh, hindi ba? Huwag kayong ano dyan. Gigil ako sa inyo eh.
Kaya nga, ang init kaya
Mm.
lalo na 'pag summer. So, uso na ba dati yung mini fans?
Well, hindi,
Paypay lang.
pumaypay lang tayo. Gina G for ano talaga for dressing up and we were given
Hmm,
instruction na, "Hey,
dress
business
code.
casual tayo, may dress code." Eh, talagang seryosohin namin ang dress code because we're law-abiding citizen, eh, kumbaga parang
Oh,
gano'n, right?
wow.
And does the company require, does what the company is requiring from us. So, but right now, what the company is
Hmm.
requiring from the employees, pag-isipan ko, ayoko niya, pag-isipan ko muna, "Ay naku, ayoko, eh, wala akong ganyan, anong gagawin ko?" Right? Yung mga gano'n.
Oh,
So, true. Which I know because I've experienced that many times wherein, oh, ito yung protocol, ito yung business code, whatever, right? And wala po akong ganyan, eh. Anong gagawin ko? Ano po bang makakaapekto sa trabaho ko yan? Hindi naman. Yung ganun klaseng sagutan, right? So,
hmm.
yun ang environment. Differences ng environments. BPO then and BPO now. For technology and tools, differences naman. BPO then, napaka-basic lang ng mga tools before eh. As in ano lang,
How basic?
pager lang. Ano yung pager? Ano yung beeper?
Oo. Uy, Diyos ko po. Diyan ata
High school.
nagliligawan yung nanay tatay ko noon.
Naabutan ko pero high school naman na ako no'n. Hindi naman college, oo.
May
Kasi
pag-ex
yung sa BPO then, with regard to technology and tools, ang mga tools naman before is ano lang, computer, 'di ba, computer. And then meron tayong hard phone, dialer, ang tawag dun Avaya pa before, Avaya, and then
mm.
headphones, yun lang.
CRM wala?
Oh, yes, yeah, for tools. I'm talking about the hardwares, no, yun lang. Sa software naman is yung CRM lang, yung where you can find the customer information. Yun lang talaga, as in wala ng iba. For
Nothing
the
broader
KPS
than
ano,
that.
oo. Pero ngayon
Hmm,
ang dami ng mga ano, ang dami ng mga eksena. Ang
oo
dami ng
nga.
may mga cloud-based, CRM, web-based CRM, meron pang VMware na pagkabagal-bagal, at meron pang meron pang mga ano ba yung ano niyo? Ano sa inyo daw yung ano, yung time tracking system pa, time tracking tools. On-site na 'to, may time tracking tool pa eh.
Oo, productivity tracker din, mga gano'n.
Correct. Ang dami-dami na and but of course, I think yung maganda ngayon is wala ng Avaya, wala ng hard phone.
Okey. Oo, soft phone na talaga. So, when you are
To
asked na ano
to
yung
bring it closest to home of those people that are
mm,
watching us right now, ang soft phone parang Viber, right?
hmm,
Yung Viber in-install namin sa computer namin before at yun ang ginagamit namin pantawag, pag-receive ng calls. Yun po yung soft phone namin before. Hindi Viber,
ah,
but it's a different it's a different name. It's a different, a more advanced, type of Viber kumbaga, gano'n.
mm.
Mm.
Tas grabe dati hard phones lang talaga 'no?
As in hardball lang, as in talagang do'n ka, magko-call back kay customer mo, as in,
Oo.
pipindutin mo yung phone, pak, and then dial ka 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 gano'n siya,
Pero naka-headset na?
Naka-headset na, bakla
Ah,
naman,
okey.
naka-headset. Well, you have options actually. You can use headphones, or you can use
Phone itself?
oo, the
Talaga?
the hand phone, oo.
Okey.
Yes,
Interesting.
mm.
Nakakatuwa naman yun.
Let me place you on hold, can you give me 2 to 2 min can you give me 2 to 3 minutes so I can check my resources, okay? Alright. Press the hold button sa phone, pak, hold, gano'n.
Yun ang maganda. Kasi 'di ba,
Mm,
although ngayon high-tech naman na tayo and karamihan talaga cellphone na, ang problema naman is let's say for the people like us na nagwo-work from home, minsan may latency yung internet. So 'pag hinold mo minsan may delay talaga. Jay, there are also this so-called na disruptive innovation. Ano ito?
Hindi ko alam din. Ang problema talaga ngayon. Huwag ngayon. Charot. Disruptive innovations such as AI-powered chatbots, these are actually reshaping customer service delivery. When we say
Mm.
disruptive innovation, instead of them being able to help out and being able to stand as a tool to help deliver the goal and the vision of the company, they're doing the opposite. Perfect example
Oh.
with the chatbot. The reason why I said chatbots kanina,
Mm.
they are just there to address one KPI only, and that is response rate. What do you mean by
Yeah.
response rate? Is the amount of time spent before responding to a customer's question on a chat program. No? Now,
Mm.
pag mataas ang response rate, for example, ang response rate is 10 minutes. Si kliyente ngayon, bakit ang tagal ng response rate ninyo? Blah, blah, blah. Make it faster. Hindi introduce chatbots. Kasi ang chatbots, pag nag-send ka ng chat, agad-agad mag-reply sa'yo. Ang response rate is less than 1 second. Nagets mo?
Mm.
Yun.
So that's the reason pala, no?
But does that really help the customer? No. You're just disrupting the vision of the client, which is to
Mm.
provide a best customer service, right? And that's not a best customer service. Ako nag-type ako kay customer example, right? How do I get, okay, my phone is not working. Response, hi, thank you for, we're here to help you, blah, 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 blah. That's a chatbot. Does that even
Oo.
help me with my phone? Hindi. Pero, perfect ka sa response rate mo, dahil. Anong gagawin ni customer sa response rate mo, hindi ba?
Tapos ticket
Ganon.
resolved agad.
Correct. Ganon siya. So, the AI-powered chatbot is really a disruptive innovation talaga for me. Kaya nga, I'm really not a fan
Oo.
of chatbots talaga. Because of that, because a lot of companies are using AI-powered chatbot, which is a disruptive innovation talaga in this generation, customers are getting frustrated and moving to another company. And now they're wondering, ba't ang taas ng aking ng customer churn ko? Bakit ganito? Why do I need retention? Department. Nagets mo?
Oo.
Right. So, it's like it will trickle down to customer churn and customers moving to a different department, different company. Now, you're going to spend another for retention team. Kailangan ko ng retention team para pigilan yung mga customers. Oh,
Correct.
nag-spend ka ng AI-powered chatbots. Mag-spend, dahil hindi ba? Nag-spend ka for retention team. Niloloko mo ng sarili mo. Right?
And that wraps up another episode of the BPO Break Room. Salamat sa pagsama sa akin today.
We hope you enjoyed the kwentuhan and learned something new. Don't forget, laugh, learn, and level up.
And follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok for exciting updates, tips, and more chikahan.
Give us a thumbs up and share this with your workmates. Baka ito na ang break time inspiration nila. Until next time, stay awesome, stay productive, and always take time to recharge. Kita-kits ulit dito sa The BPO Break Room.